Hi, Janine again from Ring Hello. Today's message is all about the difference in using emails and phone calls. And I want to have a disclaimer, I am by no means slagging off sending emails, I do it all the time and they definitely have their place. And in fact, we've now signed up with a company that does email marketing, direct marketing and content marketing, and then we follow up the messages that they've been sending once they've built up a picture over 6 months of the messages people are starting to engage with. And we've got some fabulous results, so it's working really well for that. Now, so email marketing definitely has its place and it's great. However, we've had people come to us that have already been doing email campaigns, they've been doing pay-per-click, they've been doing all those other forms of advertising, and they said, do you know what we need? The personal touch. And you see, that's it. It's really quick and simple to explain that phoning people is that personal touch. Everybody's getting lots of emails. They're not getting as many calls as they were. People at home are. That's gone through the roof a lot of the time. But no, companies and people within businesses are not getting as many calls, and also you have to change the approach. If you look now and all the adverts that you've got on TV, for example, and you see the difference from, say, even 10, 15 years ago, that whole personal approach, you know, the matey kind of, they're trying to reach out to make them appeal to us on a more personal, heartfelt level, to appeal to our feelings rather than our thoughts, but to do it by connecting with us, to break down the rigidity and the structure and an advert must do this and it must, you know, they're trying to appeal to us as people. And that's the great thing about telemarketing, and it's part of the reason I love it, and I love helping people by training them be more confident on the phone, because it's just people you're speaking to at the end of the day. And do you know what? People are crying out for some actual interaction. We all love social media. If you're like me, you'll spend your evenings chatting to friends abroad on Facebook, and looking after an 18-month-old toddler, which is challenging in its own way, and kind of trying to juggle both. But the point is, everybody's kind of crying out for that actual physical face-to-face interaction, voice-to-voice interaction, and so the approach that you take on the phone matters too. Of course it does. But I love the fact that this new client came to me the other day and he described it by saying, we need somebody to help with that personal touch. And I thought, hang on a second, I'm missing a trick. I can use this in a video. So hi, this is what this is about. It's so much more personal than an email. And I know lots of people that what happens traditionally is they'll send a quote or a proposal out to a client and then they're too scared to follow it up on the phone. They're too scared to find out why somebody's not bought yet. But actually, people tend to ignore emails. If they're not ready, you know they're not ready because they ignore an email. It's not necessarily being rude, it's just that they're busy. Whereas if you speak to them on the phone, you can really gauge why and find out and get that warm, fluffy feeling almost, because you find out that, you know, for example, they paid for a wedding last week, so they're skint this week until a couple of months' time. Then they'll buy that product off you. And that's a real example of something that's happened this week. I wouldn't have known that had I just pinged him an email to say, hey, what's up? Why aren't we going ahead? Or when are we going ahead, more positively? So, I'm always going to advocate calling people because it is a good personal thing to do, and it is the only way to really get that feedback. Emails and pay-per-click are good at finding what people are interested in, but when it comes to the when people are interested, then calling them is the best way to find that out. And as I say, you get to have that really nice personal discussion and build a picture of what's happening and what could happen in the future. And I think with all the uncertainty that there is in the world, and I know I sound a bit Miss Worldy at the moment, but with all the uncertainty that there is out there, let's take a bit of the uncertainty out it for us business owners and start talking to people and communicating. So if you want help, get in touch with me, Janine, Jane, at ringhello.co.uk. Give me a call on 0800 009 6250, and I look forward to speaking with you, and I hope this